I've been on the search for the perfect MagSafe compatible pocketable travel tripod, and it's become a bit of an obsession. I've narrowed it down to these three. I've got the Coman DP55, as well as the Ulanzi MA30, and the Shinewee MT-02 Pod Mantis. A bit of a long name. Spoiler alert, none of them are perfect. They all have pros and they all have cons. So I might return all three of them, but I do have a wish list to add the best of each one into something that could be potentially the very best out there. Why would I want to be looking for this? I've always wanted to make more behind the scenes with my iPhone 15 Pro Max, but I've also found that with the new log footage that I can mix this in with my Sony FX3 really well. And here's a pro tip. If you're having problems mixing colors, try shooting log and use the phantom LUTs. I'm going to have links for everything down below with a table of contents, but the phantom LUTs on your camera as well as on your phone is the best match for skin tones that I found. And it allows me to use this not only as my behind the scenes camera, but as my B cam and C cam with its 24mm lens and the super wide lens. Love it, love it, love it. So what are the requirements for these table tripods to suit my needs? One, it's got to accommodate my iPhone 15 Pro Max with my Hollyland Lark M2 mic receiver on in both horizontal and vertical position. The second thing is I do want it to be lightweight, compact, and hopefully pocketable. And all three of these fold up really nice and they weigh under 110 grams, all of them. We'll get back to specifics a little bit later on. Bonus points if they are easily integrated into my current camera gear, whether that's tripods or stands or clamps, so I can mount these anywhere else as well. First of all, let's take a look at the Coman DP55. This little guy, its best selling point is it's got integrated Arca-Swiss on the base here, as well as on the top over here. And so when you splay out these legs, these become a little tripod, and Bob's your uncle, you can just slap that boy on. It is the heaviest of the bunch at 110 grams. The Achilles heel of this particular design is that it requires this extra hinge to accommodate larger phones as well as the microphone here. And with this design, yeah, I could add an Arca-Swiss, clamp it down here, and then angle it upwards if I wanted to for vertical, but that's an added step. And I can't use a tripod as is to aim it upwards if I'm putting it on the ground and using the back cameras for the super wide angle lens. But it does have a lot going for it as far as 1/4" 20s, a cold shoe mount, as well as the adjustability to allow it to easily integrate into Arca-Swiss tripods. But alas, this isn't the one for me. The second one that I'm looking at is going to be the Ulanzi MA30. This, the best thing about it is everyday carry. It's got this built-in carabiner that allows you to put it onto your belt buckle, onto your bag. And it's just so easy to carry with you. And it is the thinnest of the bunch when folded up. The legs just come right out, and you can have multiple ways of using this. One, you could just hinge it out like this and slap that bad boy on. It is the tallest of the bunch because you can also use the legs as kind of a tripod here. And there you go. You have that ability to also aim upwards if you're putting it on the ground. Although limited, because as you go forward, it will become a little bit more unbalanced, but pretty darn good. This one, because of its longer column and lack of a hinge, is the easiest just to slap on whenever you need to set up quickly. So I find that it's really fast, but it has no integrated 1/4" 20 screws or Arca-Swiss, so it's really hard to mount onto your existing camera gear. So again, nothing's perfect. And the third thing that I really don't like is that it doesn't have a way to change the tension of any of the hinges because everything is covered. That means in the long run, if these legs become a little bit looser, there's no way to easily tighten them without getting below these caps and seeing what screws are behind them. But all in all, probably the most easiest to carry, even though it's not the lightest. It's 103 grams, so lighter than the Coman, but not as light as the Shinewee. But I love this little carabiner and wish that was on everything because that's such an ingenious design. The third and last one that I also ordered was the Shinewee MT-02. This guy is really cool because they call it the Pod Mantis, and it's got a trick up its sleeve. Not only does it look cool because of the way it's hinged and accommodates a tall phone as well, but you can also sling it back and accommodate it the other way around as well. One last trick it has is a little latch here, which you can push out a hook. And this hook allows you to hang it from, let's say, a fence or let's say a railing, so that you could actually hang it up and then use it and shoot it from there. So that's kind of handy, although I'm not sure how often I would personally use it that way. But I do love that it is so light. It's got a whole bunch of 1/4" 20. It, like the Coman, also has the cold shoe at the top here, but it doesn't have the integrated Arca-Swiss and it doesn't have the carabiner here. It does have little screws that you can change the tension, which is also a bonus as it came a little bit tight for my liking. And it does fold quite compact, but because it's so light, it is very easy to carry. The verdict, there is no perfect MagSafe table tripod, but what if we could make one out of all three of these? That would be great. What I would take from the Coman is the integrated Arca-Swiss base. Then I would take the carabiner head of the Ulanzi MA30. And then I combine that with the excellent 1/4" 20s and the innovative hook of the Shinewee MT-02. And then I think we'd have a real winner of a tabletop MagSafe tripod. What are you using for a MagSafe tabletop tripod? I'd love to hear anything that I've missed or ideas that you'd like to integrate into your perfect one. So hit me up in the comments. That's it for this video, but before I let you go, I do have a thought of the day to share, and the thought of the day is this. Look not to the things that are seen, but to the things that are unseen. For the things that are seen are transient, but the things that are unseen are eternal. Thanks for watching, God bless, and I'll see you in the next video.